Morning. Namaste. Namaste all to morning session. In the 13th batch, we are going through exercise 2. Namaste Kumar Bhaiya. Can we start Bhaiya?
Ji Didi. Namaste Didi. Namaste everyone. Today also Gopal Bhai is not available. So me, Kumar Sambha, will be conducting the session. So we had taken this exercise yesterday. That was regarding step 6 of exercise 2. And as you can see that exercise 2 is observing the body by the self. Essentially observing the material by the consciousness. So become aware of your reaction or response within and its expression outside in various circumstances and interactions throughout the day. For example, notice your facial expression when you come across a rat or cockroach or lizard, or you smell a foul odor, or your son or daughter or other family member goes out and does not return home at the expected time, or you are walking on the street in fresh, clean clothes and a car zooms past you throughout a puddle of water, splashing muddy water on your clean clothes. For each instance, notice your thoughts, the feeling at the base, and also try to notice the meaning you have given there. So you can see that in step 6, we are trying to observe the reaction or response, and gradually we are trying to develop the sharpness of our observation, not only looking at the sensation, but also looking at the meaning given to the sensation, and also looking at the reaction or response within and outside. And this is something as a very rigorous exercise, right? We need to keep on doing this. We are, of course, interacting with the body. We are getting sensation from the body. And every time we are getting sensation from the body, we are giving some meaning to the sensation. What is that meaning? Am I clear about that? What is that meaning? And what is the sanskar underlying that meaning? On what basis am I giving that meaning? And then, with the meaning given, am I reacting or responding? What is reaction in a given situation? What is response in a given situation? How do I make out whether it was reaction or response? What is going on inside? What is going on in my expression? So all these we have to see. We have to keep on observing. Essentially, we have to be a pure observer. And you'll find that once you start being a pure observer, or even making a sincere effort to be a pure observer, and for some time also you are able to be in that state, you can see how relaxed you are. You are not getting influenced by anything that comes from the body, right? You are just observing it. You are observing the whole phenomena. You are observing your role there without mixing any thought or any feeling or any conditioning from your side. You're just observing what's going on. So essentially, we have to be a pure observer so that we can reach the state of realization, observing everything that is there. So based on the assignment that we have taken yesterday, if there is any sharing, any question, any reflection, you may kindly raise your hand. Any question? If we could do the assignment given yesterday and we have some observation here, then we can share it. You'll see that we keep on passing through such situations, right? You are at home and something comes to your notice, like a rat or a cockroach or a lizard or anything, something favorable, something unfavorable in the house. You go to the washroom and suddenly find that the washroom is very dirty. You go to the kitchen and you find that the whole kitchen in a mess. You go to your room and find that things are very uh, dis- disturbed. They are not in order. Right? You open the house and you find that something has suddenly changed without informing you. You go to the office, you find that something has suddenly changed and you are not informed. Okay. Somebody else is occupying, let's say, your chair. Somebody else is occupying your table. Somebody is using something that belongs to you without your consent. So many things keeps on happening, right? Keep on happening. You smell a foul odor somewhere. You find some smell very pungent, some smell very lovely. So various kinds of sensations are there. Through sight, I sense something. Through nose, I sense something. Through ears, I sense something. We have been talking about the human behavior, isn't it? Somebody utters some word which is foul, not pleasant, then what goes on inside you? You hear some sound from the nature which is not as per your expectation. Somebody playing loud music around you. You're traveling by public transport and somebody is playing loud music, right? Not putting an earphone. Somebody talking in a very nasty way in front of you. What happens there? Now there could be some incidences like this, like some family member not behaving in the way we expected. Your son or daughter went outside and does not return home at the expected time, right? Or does something unworthy which you are not expecting, decides something on one's own which was not as per your expectation, and tells you something in your face, or something happens to your body like this. Some touch is there, you are having fresh clean clothes, and some car splashes muddy water on your body, some insect touches your body, creates rashes on your body, you hit something and the body gets hurt. So if you look at various situations, all these are possible. Now it so happens that many times we are not aware. We assume some favorable condition around us and feel very warm about it, feel comfortable when things go by our expectation. But when suddenly something is there which you are not expecting, and then you get disturbed, you get some information through your body, through any of the sense organs, and you feel uncomfortable, you feel anxious, you feel like reacting, you feel like somehow managing the situation, you feel very disturbed, you feel reactive to the extent that you feel like taking a revenge, you get opposed, right? Now, all these situations, if you see, essentially our happiness doesn't continue. If I'm not in a state according to my innate nature, my happiness doesn't continue. And this is all possible. And since we are not ensured that my happiness is going to continue in all such situations, we have fear about it. Let this not happen ever. Let this not happen. We may be having a lot of wealth, maybe having a lot of social connections, right? Maybe having a very charming body, maybe having lots of praises from outside. But it may be the case that you are living in fear and you always are afraid that let this not happen. If this happens, I'm going to be ruined, I'm going to be disturbed, I'm going to be unhappy. And we are always living that with that kind of fear, okay, that kind of doubt, and that is always making us anxious whenever we pay attention. Either we are ignorant, we assume that okay, things are going well, they will be going well. And with that ignorance, we are somehow surviving. Otherwise, when you try to be aware of all this, then you start getting anxious, disturbed, and things appear very unpleasant to you. You become unhappy. So when you are there with you, all these possibilities start cropping up in your imagination. And when you face this, you want to come out of it because these appear to be situations causing unhappiness in you, and your happiness is not seemingly continuing. So you can see that given all that outside me, including the body, okay, things could be quite favorable here in my body, around my body, right, in the situation, in the circumstance. But at the very basic level, I am afraid, I am unhappy, right? I'm not in my state, which is according to my innate nature. And thus my happiness doesn't continue. And why is that so? Because either I'm unaware or whenever I am aware also, I'm not resolved. Because the meaning that I associate with such events in my life are not very clear or are based on preconditioning, not in accordance with my innate nature. And thus I am never happy at a basic level. I feel comfortable momentarily, I feel uncomfortable, but I'm not in the state of bliss. So try to look at this. Gradually, we are trying to ensure the continuity of happiness through all this observation. So find it out. We have taken this assignment with that purpose. Find it out.
नमस्ते
Generation.
नमस्ते
Namaste.
सर को audible okay भैया there is sharing come question like in our
Yes.
house my daughter used to do like check the verify our emotions like for instance after test the result suppose she scores even 96 she used to tell she tell 66 but after 1 hour she will tell 96 so why you lying? No, Papa is not lying. I wanted to give surprise. It's like I'm joking. मजाक में नहीं कर सकता ऐसा. He wanted to give surprises, but we take it as she observes. Meanwhile, reactions after 1 hour again he will calm down. So like this one example. Another example is suppose today is a holiday. She won't tell that today is a holiday, but again after some time she will tell her mummy that mummy today is holiday. So after preparing everything lunch box breakfast so her intention is very is that she wanted to surprise but with मजाक किया ऐसा okay पर she will escape but I should tell her so don't continue this type of behavior otherwise nobody will trust you and you lose your credentials. No papa I'm just joking in that way she will escape away. This is her habit actually. Sharing way okay. Meanwhile we shift from reaction to response like that because feeling of relationship is there but at that moment when she starts joking and she tells afterwards a truth thing this becoming some complexity. Sharing way.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. So find out what happens within you when she tells that she has got 76, but actually she has got 96. So what
Yeah, yeah.
went on inside you hearing all this?
So, I would just tell, yeah, good.
What
This,
was the feeling inside you when you heard that this is 76 only as marks in a subject? Okay. So what meaning
mhm,
did you give to that sensation? The sound came to you that I have got 76 marks. Maybe she would have
yeah,
told us I have failed in that subject.
yeah,
Now, now just think about it. If your daughter tells you tomorrow that I failed in the subject, failed in the
mm,
examination, okay, what will happen to you? So it
mm,
may be the case that you are living with that assumption that I am assured that my daughter will be doing well. But tomorrow, if something happens, if she's not doing well,
mm,
right, then you may get fully
yeah,
disturbed.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So you have to observe this. So it means you are dependent on that sensation of hearing. But I've got very good marks. If the sensation changes tomorrow you're getting a different information, you get fully disturbed.
Yes.
And that essentially means
Yeah.
that a kind of conditioning is there, right? I'm living with that conditioning that things will happen according to my expectation. If tomorrow this is not there, then you may get unhappy, you may get highly disturbed. So if you are not
Yeah.
prepared, yeah, then so think about it. Like the incidents that you shared were within like very minor limits, I'll say. But maybe your daughter tells you tomorrow that I have not succeeded in a particular examination, I have failed in that subject or whatever. Then what will happen to you? Similarly, like the other way, the other example that you mentioned. So think
Yeah.
about it. Think about it, and try to look into it. Try to see
Yeah.
how you associate some meaning to all these informations that you get from outside.
Mm.
If my happiness is dependent upon events happening outside, can I continue to be
Yes.
happy? No, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Observe it, Bhaiya. You
That is what
observe
I
it.
say. I'm telling you, no, this is not joking. It's lying. He's telling. No,
Your voice is not very clear, but I could get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm saying, doctor may be something saying something like this. So of course, first of all, observe what happens within you. Your daughter is saying something which is not as per your expectation. Then you get into dialogue with her also, because this is not a kind of good practice in behavior to say something like this. But maybe she's enjoying this. She feels that you get disturbed by hearing something unfavorable. So she is somehow feeling amused about it and sharing such things to you. So she is doing maybe out of infection, sorry, affection with you, but that is causing disturbance in you. Is that fine, Via?
जी भैया नमस्ते नमस्ते सभी को
Namaste.
भैया with the practice nowadays and repeating these exercises particularly out of this step 6 the second point and the fourth one that is whole order and splashing of the muddy water. So nowadays whenever yesterday what happened is I used to go to market in the evening, particularly Saturday market. While passing through that market, wrongly I entered the lane. I used to collect the vegetables only, being vegetarian. But wrongly when I entered the meat line, so no sooner I got that smell, initially there was the irritation, means right now also. But as I was aware that I entered the wrong lane, I shut my nose and without changing my feelings, I crossed that particular spot. Means maybe it took 30 seconds or 1 minute. Eventually, I ran from there and then entered the vegetable lane. It means that with this awareness, I can see that the things which are not in my hand, for example, environment, outside things, why I should get disturbed. Earlier, if the same foul smell would have entered in the nose, I may have thought, or I have even thought earlier when I was not aware. Now also sometimes happens, but there was the irritations earlier. But now it's in that this is the system. We have to bear with the system. Likewise, while moving in these rainy days, muddy water everywhere on the road. Now I am very much careful about my clothes or my something because I have to do some work and I am going there. If it may not be my fault if somebody comes nearer. So whenever the potholes and something is there, I am already aware and moving away before that vehicle comes nearer to me. So yeah, this was the finding. You may comment. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Nice.
Ji.
Nice. So with the consistent exploration that you are making, your observation is becoming sharper and your reaction is coming down. That we all can see. So this is very nice to observe. Yeah.
जी
So we may be
जी
passing through many such situations. You might be reacting earlier,
जी
right? But now the
जी
reaction is going down and you are able to respond to it. Nice
जी
to hear.
या बिकॉज अर्लियर ना ऐसा लगता था अरे कैसे लोग हैं बट नाउ आई हैव टू से विद इन नो इट इज माय ड्यूटी टू बी हैप्पी जी भैया नमस्ते नमस्ते सभी को धन्यवाद थैंक यू
Nice to
भैया नमस्ते भैया सभी को नमस्ते
Namaste. Ji.
फर्स्ट पॉइंट भैया yesterday's discussion was very useful to me. It has opened a new channel for me to explore भैया, and after the discussion I was exploring within myself and I was getting a hope भैया. Yes, it can be resolved, it is my fault, and I was able to see that bad for bad people is because mostly it is because of my ego भैया, but the other things also there, but primarily I could see my ego भैया. This is my observation भैया. And the question today भैया, first proposal we are hearing भैया that human being is a coexistence of self and body. When we say the word coexistence, I was having the immediate feeling or the literal meaning of coexistence was existing together. Now, at the later part, we are learning about the feelings of relationship, harmony, and coexistence. Here also, I'm still having the meaning as coexisting means they are existing together. When Bhaiya used to say some examples like there are two units like sun, earth, they're related to each other. I'm having the meaning that they're existing together and the sunlight reaches the earth like that Bhaiya. And one day Bhaiya was giving another example that leaves when they are in the tree, they are participating in one order. When they fall down to the earth, they become manure. So there Bhaiya was highlighting the relationship. They're related. But Bhaiya, still that relationship I'm not able to see. I am seeing the things as it for granted. When the leaves fall down, it turns as a manure. That relationship part, that harmony part, I am not able to see in the right sense because I'm still seeing that they're existing together like that only Bhaiya. This is my observation Bhaiya, please Bhaiya.
Ji, ji. Now, responding to the first part of your sharing, I'll say that just saying that this is my ego is not getting resolved. So it so happens no, that we have some assumption within and we feel to be at fault, and then we label it as something that I am ignorant, I have ego, okay, or something. But that essentially takes me to the other extreme. Initially, it might be the case that I was dominating over others. Now I take the other extreme that I do not say something to the other also because this might be my ego. So I'll say resolving is not just labeling oneself as something. Resolving is to be able to see the purpose. So for example, if you are assuming that I have to be good to good people and bad to bad people, then you have to see within yourself why I was assuming like this. What makes me assume like this? What is the conditioning behind this? What have I assumed at the basic level when I say something like this? So look into that. Just labeling yourself as something, and again you are trying to label yourself as something bad. So initially I was saying that I will be good to good people, bad to bad people. Now I assume myself as a bad person now, right? Now this is not evaluation. This is judging. This is labeling yourself. So you go beyond that. You just try to observe within you why at all you are carrying this assumption. What makes you carry this assumption? Because you see that it might be a kind of defense mechanism for you, where you are interacting with bad people, let's say, okay, and you're getting disturbed. This has become a defense mechanism for you. by being bad to bad people. So why am I getting afraid? Why am I getting disturbed with a person whom I term as bad? That you have to look into. And then you have to see what is my natural acceptance. This bad person, does he also have bad intention? Does he also have some fault with the potential? Or does he also have some different kind of program to be happy? Or it is all the same? So look to that extent, not just labeling oneself. It will not help. Okay, because tomorrow maybe you face some person who is bad. Okay, and you try to dispel this assumption. I do not have to bad people. But again, something happens which further reinforces your assumption.
Got it, Bhaiya.
Yeah. So try to look within further. Why am I assuming something like this? What makes me assume something like this? Okay, and then explore it.
Ji.
Now the second thing that you mentioned, coexistence. So of course it is being together, but not just being together. So it could be the case that two things are there together, but they are unrelated. What we are saying, they are together as well as they are related. And it's not only that they are related, both are self-organized within. And why is it so? Being submerged in space. So being submerged in space, both the units are self-organized, related, energized, and participating. So being together is fine, nothing wrong with that. But it's not mere being together. Okay. It's something more than that. For example, on your table, the paperweight and the pen are there. They are together. Okay. But it's not only being together, they are related also through space. And this pen is also an order within itself. And the paperweight is also an order within itself. And being in order, it is participating in the larger order with relationship. So writing something on paper, and then when you have written, you are pressing that paper with the paperweight. So this way, the pen and the paperweight both are participating in the larger order. So being together is fine, but it is more than this. Relationship is more than this. Being in harmony, something innate to both the ends. And we can also see that this is there, being in space. Space is at the base. Space is transparent. And being in space, the two ends are related.
Ji,
Okay,
Bhaiya. I will explore more, Bhaiya. Thank you, Bhaiya. Namaste.
nice.
Bhaiya, the example which you are giving right now, on a table there are two units, pen and some other unit. They are together, but we say that every unit is related to other units. So how to see the relationship between these two if they appear to be not related to each other?
Yeah. So the example that I gave, they are participating in the larger order. So I am writing on paper, and the paper is there on the table. It remains on the table by virtue of paperweight. If the fan is running, okay, the paper may fly, but the paperweight is saving the paper from flying. So the fan is playing its role. It's keeping me cool in that hot weather. The paperweight is playing its role. It's keeping the papers on the table. The pen is playing its role. It's helping me scribe something on the paper. Okay. The paper is also playing its role. It is helping me express my thoughts. The table it's playing its role, holding things on its top. So every unit is participating in the larger order. And how that order get orderly by being all these units related to each other.
Yeah, so in reference to larger order, we have to see the relationship. Does that mean
Yes.
like that? Okay, bhaiya.
Yes.
ठीक है. Thank you, bhaiya.
Nice, Bhaiya.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Namaste, everyone. Bhaiya, yesterday only we have finished our 8-day UHV2, and we had this the coexistence, the last topic of the session. And Bhaiya, I have the same question. Like, we know that there is each unit is participating in the larger order, but Bhaiya, I'm not able to find my the fear at the bottom, which is for any reptile, lizard. That fear is not going away. Like whenever there is a 5-minute or 10-minute observation, if I'm walking on outside in the garden and I have to take that meditation for 10 minutes, I cannot concentrate. Like I always feel that any snake will pass, or anything reptile will, and I'm never used to get that feeling, that it used to imagination, the things always used to be there. So how I see this real relation, Bhaiya, but how to overcome this fear? I know this is my preconditioning, or whatever the sensation is, but I really feel sometimes it's bothers a lot to me. Yes, Bhaiya. How to come out of this? Just by observing?
Nice, Didi. So ask yourself, what is causing fear in you?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Ask yourself what is causing fear in you.
Uh, I think that anxiety, or maybe, okay, I will see this, but I feel the fear, insecurity.
Fine. So these are just triggering your fear. The fear is there
Yes,
in you. Find out what is causing you fear. What is making you afraid?
because
What will happen if a snake is there nearby? If an insect comes to your body, something bites you, what will happen?
I think because of uh, I'm myself, you know, uh, bodily, I think I'm not able to separate the self with the body, I guess.
Yeah, so one
But
could be like this. If the body is gone, I am also gone.
yes, fear
This
of
could be an assumption within.
fear of death, I guess.
Yeah, so fear of death is there. What else is there? Find out. So let's say fear of death is there. Okay. So it means if the body is gone, I am gone. If the body
Yeah.
gets some unfavorable sensation, I am unhappy. So all these
Mm-hmm.
assumptions are there in me. So I have
Mm-hmm.
to overcome this. I have to understand this. What is self? What is body? So long as I do not distinguish the self and the body, okay, such sources of unhappiness will continue to remain. See, body is material. It is
Mm-hmm.
having material transactions with the rest of the nature. And those transactions could be sometimes favorable, sometimes unfavorable. So we are so much clinging to the favorable sensation and assuming that everything should be happening favorably to me, that it
Yes.
creates a longing in me. So long as the favorableness is there, I am fine. The moment I even assume that something may turn unfavorable, I am unhappy. I am not fine.
Yes.
So that is where I have to work.
Okay. So this is also preconditioning,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
So I will observe it, Bhaiya, more. on
Nice,
this.
Didi.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Namaste.
Namaste. So this is what we have been discussing. We are discussing step 6b, the sanskar based on understanding leading to response. If it is not based on understanding, if it is based on assumption, then this is leading to reaction. So I am responding when I am self-organized. So my imagination is guided by right understanding. My sanskar is based on right understanding. I am able to see the reality as it is, and then I am having imagination, and that's how I am interacting with the rest of nature, be it human being or human being and the rest of nature. So my sanskar is based on knowing, right understanding. I have right feeling, and I continue to be in that state of harmony, happiness based on right understanding. I use the sensation to make the right evaluation of the body or outside world, or even myself, and then decide how to respond, how to be mutually fulfilling. So the feeling the other is expressing is indication of his state of being. For example, the other expressing excitement or anger. He does not have right understanding, needs help. So what I can do to assure him, to express right feeling with him, like respect, and thus help him to develop right understanding. So this is how I will respond now when I have the right understanding. Okay. So even if somebody is not behaving in accordance to my expectation or behaving unfavorably, right, there also I can see that the intention is fine. The competence may be lacking. So the competence is lacking. It means the other person does not have the right understanding, right feeling. Other is helpless. Other is helpless. See, if I have the right understanding, why will I go the wrong way? So I am always prepared with this feeling that the other may have lack of right understanding. And if the other has lack of right understanding, okay, it only depends on the sanskar that is there. It may be something which the other has not explored, but in accordance with the innate nature. So to that extent, it will go fine. The moment it is something otherwise, it will not be fine, and the other will start reacting. Okay, so I can always be prepared for that. So I am always able to see my complementarity with the other, how I can assure the other, how I can be a help to the other, how I can complement the other. So I have the same feeling within me, the feeling of trust, the feeling of respect. And with that respect, I rightly evaluate the other and try to complement him or her so that the other also has a different conduct. Similarly, if there are some physiochemical changes in the environment, for example, how cold it is really, so what to wear, what not to wear. So, as you can see, there can be so many physiochemical changes in the environment, right? And that will have some impact on the body, like the car is splashing some mud on my body, right? This is also possible. The cold breeze is there, the hot weather is there, very humid. When it is raining, no, you'll find that during the day when it is not raining, it is very humid. The humidity may go up to 80%, 85%. And the clothes are sticking to your body. And you have to work. The AC is not running, the power is gone. What will happen to you? Right? You have to cook in the kitchen. The kitchen doesn't have an AC. You can't open the ventilator, or even if you open the ventilator, the breeze is not so soothing to you. You are working on a table, right? And somehow you are not able to turn the AC on. The power is not there, or the AC does not have sufficient gas to cool your body, and you are sweating, the clothes is sticking to your body. What is happening to you? So look at the physiochemical changes. Are we dependent on the physiochemical changes for our happiness? Because tomorrow some unfavorable change could be there. Similarly, I evaluate the state of my body. For example, headache may indicate need to increase water intake. So when I'm responding to all these changes, I'm responding. So even if the AC is not running, but I have the right feeling. So I can observe the sensation that comes from the body. I can evaluate it rightly and then make a program. Okay. So if I have a choice to open the window, I'll open the window, turn on the fan, I'll turn on the fan, shift to some other room, do the work after some time without reacting. I can take all these decisions. And if I have to that moment only and deliver in a given time with all these unfavorable situations outside, fine. I can even do that. If my BP turns low because of that, I'll take some water or do something. I'll take some juice, but I can still continue with that without feeling uncomfortable within, without reacting with self-regulation for the body. So I can see that I can always be responsible to my body. And with that only, with the feeling of responsibility only, I'm turning on the fan, I'm turning on the AC, I'm opening the window, I'm shifting to some other room. It is not because I'm disturbed. It's not because I'm uncomfortable. I'm doing this so that I can fulfill the needs of the body better. I'm doing this so that I can fulfill my responsibility in the household chore or the official work that has been given to me better. So I'm responding with that feeling of responsibility and not reacting to the events outside. Similarly, if something happens in my body and it is happening also, right? If you observe your head, there is some sensation in the head. You do not call it an ache because it is not unfavorable beyond a limit. But it could be even unfavorable now. You start looking into your head, what is happening. So maybe it is hot and humid. Okay, you are getting some pinching sensation at the root of the hair, and you cannot scratch your hair. You are sitting in your office, let's say, or you are sitting with so many people all the time. You cannot keep on scratching your head, and the sensation is right. So when I'm resolved within, I'll observe it. I'll observe and make a right program for that. Similarly, I will at my state of being. So we could see that if my imagination is not in accordance with my innate nature, I feel disturbed within. And if I feel disturbed within, it causes sensations in the body, causes some events in the body. So if I'm anxious or tense, I will get headache. My BP may, go high. If I'm anxious, my heartbeat may get affected. So when I'm not having the right understanding, all these fluctuations in the imagination and the feeling are there, and that causes different kinds of sensations in the body. I read those sensations, and if I'm not resolved, so I was already disturbed within, and then unfavorable sensation is coming from the body, and that is piling up. Okay, so very soon it may cross some threshold. I may become totally anxious, disturbed. But if I'm having the right understanding, I can see that I'm resolved within. So this fourth point, if you see, when I'm having the right understanding, the sanskar is based on right understanding. I evaluate my state of being and find that it is okay. I'm comfortable every moment. So that further authenticates my right understanding that even if all these unfavorable situations are there outside, my state of being is resolved. It is comfortable. I'm happy within, right? And if I'm having the completeness of right understanding, I'm in a state of bliss all the time. I can always see my body different from me. I can always see my relationship with my body, the rest of nature, and I can see my role therein. And I can see that in that state of resolution, I can decide my role better. I'm deciding my role better. So note that with right understanding, I'm self-organized and happy within. I may express my response outside through the body. The behavior or work of the other, the physiochemical changes, the state of the body is not going to have any influence on my state of happiness. I'm in a state of bliss. I am self-organized. Observe this. So what we'll do? So we'll observe for 5 minutes and then we'll discuss further. So wherever you are, you try to be with yourself, right? If you can sit for some time, you sit for some time. Observe your imagination. Now here a different kind of observation is required. So let's say you are fully resolved, okay, and then what is going to happen with all this? Try to imagine your response to all the changes when you are fully resolved. It may be the case that you're not resolved fully presently. So I'm saying that assume for some time that you're fully resolved, right? And then what will happen to all the changes outside the body, in the body? Okay, what is going to happen? How will you respond now to every such situation? So let us observe this for 5 minutes and then we'll discuss. Nice. So any observation, any question? So you have to keep observing like this all the time. Ji,
Good morning, sir.
ji, good morning.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste.
Yeah, whenever I observe for 5, 10, or 15 minutes, a moment I can observe and then I go to sleep every time. So why it is happen, I don't know. I'm practicing that. Still, it happen every time. What to do now?
Yeah, so it might be the case that your body has not got sufficient rest during sleeping. The when you got up, you're not fully fresh, and you still want to sleep. The body still needs some more rest. That could be one possibility. The second possibility is that when we try to look within, okay, so uh, and we are trying to be observant. We're not driven by thoughts. We're observing our thoughts or feeling or the sensation or the meaning given to sensation. We feel relaxed. We feel resolved within, and that also somehow gives me some rest within me, and that also provides rest to the body. So you may feel like sleeping, or the body may become drowsy like that. This is possible. So one possibility that the sleep could not be completed. The other possibility that when I'm relaxed within, okay, and the chain of thoughts somewhat gets relaxed. So the body also
Ye-
gets relaxed. And during that relaxation, the body may go for sleep. This is possible. This will
Okay,
generally
second.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second is possible. Otherwise, this happen even during daytime. I took very satisfied sleep after doing my Sarsatra actually. And during daytime also when I practice it in my office, so for a moment I get sleep. So sometimes people used to say you are not listening, you are sleeping, and I got so relaxed after that. So this 3 or 4 minutes, initial 2 minutes I was observing, and again 3 minutes I go to a sleep or whatever we say. And I got so
Yeah, but
relaxed
again,
after that 3 minutes.
yeah, but that also means that I was not relaxed in my imagination earlier.
Yes, yes, agree, sir.
So, how I can be relaxed every moment in my imagination.
Yes.
You'll
So
see that most
is
of the
it?
time we are
Yeah.
reacting
So
inside.
I have to work on that, right? It is not a positive sign. What I observe is.
Yes, yes. So I'll say maybe better than earlier, but still we have to go ahead.
So I'm on the right pathway, or I have to. I'm registering right now. Why I'm sleeping?
Yeah, so observe it yourself. Is this
Okay,
what is acceptable to you naturally or not? That will determine for you whether you are on the right way or not.
okay. I do not have to react on that, right?
No moment do I need to react. I just need to observe. See,
Okay,
it so happens, no, like for example, I attended some session and then I raise my expectation. Now I'm going to be 100% okay, but I'm not okay. I have listened to some proposals, I'm verifying within, but the verification is on. The understanding is due.
Yeah.
So it may be the case that sometimes I raise my expectation because I got something favorable from outside, and that suddenly raise my expectation. I get some information from outside, and that suddenly lowers my expectation. This is all possible. So now something has happened at the level of expectation. Something is happening at the level of thought and feeling. But I still need to work for right understanding.
Yes, yes, Bhaiya. Absolutely fine. Thank you. So nice of you.
Nice, nice, Bhaiya.
Yeah, namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah, namaste. In this 5 minutes of observation, I was able to see that the outside part of whenever I get these sensations, I something which is not favorable, this anxiousness is there where that I am able to observe. But to become or to not to have this influence on the state of happiness, I think it takes bit of lot of that means still the right understanding is not there in completeness. That's what I should look for and work further for observing only. That's what is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is accepted that yes, I do not have the completeness of right understanding. So I need to work upon myself.
Yeah.
Okay. When I have the right understanding within me, I am responding every time, within
Okay.
as well as outside.
Outside.
When I do not have right understanding, I am reacting.
Mm.
So that reaction is continuing within. Sometimes it is getting expressed outside.
Okay.
So long as I do not have the right feeling in me, that reaction will continue. So long as I do not have the right understanding, that reaction will continue. So initially it is at the level of thought, or at a basic level it is at the level of feeling, which
Yeah.
disturbs my thought, and then so on.
Right. Because sometimes what happens whenever I come home, if at all I've been carrying something back, the moment I'm there, it is always my family members or my daughters. They try to tell that you are not comfortable or something is going on, and I'm not trying to hold that whatever is there within, and they tries to ask me that what is wrong. So that means I had not resolved within. So that comfortness I am not even expressing, but still it is there within. So that is what is there where.
Yeah, so that discomfort is there. See,
Yeah.
be with yourself, yeah, for an hour or so, and you can see. So it may
Okay.
be the case that what you are able to observe right now is only the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
There are lot many disturbances. See, when I sit with myself and try to observe, things from the past start cropping up in our imagination. Apprehensions about the future are there in
Okay.
our imagination. The struggle that I am having in my present also starts appearing in my imagination. Okay, and I might not be resolved about any of these. So presently,
Yes.
when I have my eyes open, I'm interacting with the world outside. I get lost in the world outside. I'm seldom paying attention to me. I'm paying
Okay.
attention only when it becomes a very crucial need. Otherwise, I'm just lost in the world outside, enjoying the world outside, enjoying the sensations, enjoying the feelings showered by others. Okay, and expecting that this is going to continue. But the moment it does not continue, or the moment there is something highly unfavorable, then I start looking within. So the homework I have not done within. So it becomes a new kind of task for me. What we are saying here in the morning session, that keep on observing. So every moment you are doing that homework. So next moment, whatever situation you face outside, you are resolved.
Yeah.
It doesn't come as a kind of something completely which you are unaware of. It may happen. What will happen essentially? Consciousness will remain as consciousness, material will remain as material. There are material changes taking place in the material, including my body. Okay.
Yeah.
The consciousness will continue. And now living with this kind of understanding. So I'm responding every time. I can see very much that the consciousness is also self-organized. The material is also self-organized, right? Being in space.
Yes.
So only that I have to pay attention to it.
Yes. This
So there's the right
information is there.
understanding.
Yeah. Information is there, but to bring it to that living is what is that we are trying to. This is only through observation. That's what is the solution.
Certainly. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, bhai. Good day.
Nice,
Namaste.
Priya. Namaste. It is time now, so Didi, we can conclude now.
Ji, thank you so much, Bhaiya, for helping us go through this step. And thank you all the participants for your participation in the English part of the session.